Welcome to a new video about the InsideBnB.com host platform. In the last video, I showed you how to find your neighbor's properties and how to identify those that are direct competitors, adding their properties to a specific competitors list that I'm going to use in this video. I also showed you how to hide, and, if needed, restore, those properties in which I am not interested at all, hiding them from all the host platform tools. In that way, I can have a much clearer view of my surroundings. Okay. I'm going to show you the host platform calendars. There are two calendars, the neighbor's calendar and the competitor's calendar. Let's start with the neighbor's calendar. On that page, I can see, like on the neighbor's page, the 500 neighbors' properties around my property, sorted by distance. In the calendar table, for each property, I have a row, and the first row is about my property. Near each property name, there is a link to open the property page on Airbnb and an icon if the property host is a superhost. We are now looking at the current month's calendar. On each row I can see, for each property, the daily price and status. There are 5 statuses: not available, or days that guests cannot book. Available for check-in. These are days that are available for both booking and check-in. Check-in not available. These are days that can be booked but only if the first booked day is one of those available for check-in. Check-out only. These are those days that cannot be booked but it is possible to check out. And finally, in red, are days that are not available because of stay length restrictions. This could be very useful, for example, for a host that usually sets a minimum stay rule of, let's say, 7 days. Maybe if he notices here that 6 consecutive days cannot be booked for that reason, he could change the restriction specifically for those days. Scrolling down, I can see all the properties, and on that page, I can use filters as in the neighbors page. I show you again how to use filters. I click on the filter icon and I select the filters that I want to use. Again, for this example, I use the magic filter button. I apply the filter and now I see the filtered properties. On the top bar, I have other tools. I can choose the dates I'm interested in. So I click on the date field and a calendar appears. There are 4 predefined ranges, this and next month, and this and next week, or I can manually select a starting and an ending date. I can go 11 months ahead in the future. And I can select a range of up to 31 days. In this way, I'm sure I can look at an entire month. But, if I want, I can select dates from different months. Let me show you an example. I want to take a look at the next Christmas calendar. So I choose December 15th as the starting date and January 15th as the ending date. I click apply and in a few seconds, I have all the data I'm looking for. Fridays and Saturdays are marked with a blue color. A month switch is marked with a lighter green color. I can also hide or show those properties having no availability at all for that period. So I can have a much clearer view of who can be my competitor for this date range. Finally, I can switch from availabilities and price data to property features. And for each property, I can see a lot of additional information, like rating, distance from my property, maximum guest capacity, and so on. Clicking again on the icon, I came back to availability and prices data. The competitor's calendar works in the same way but is focused on those properties that I tagged as competitors. The only difference is that here, like on the competitors page, I cannot use filters. This is because in this way I can be sure that filters are not interfering with what I see and the calendar always shows all my competitors. Thank you for watching this video from InsideBnB.com. In the next video, I will show you the interactive InsideBnB map.